Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all staying warm out there. I don't know about you, but we down here in the southern United States don't usually have a lot of snow. Well, we got a bunch of snow last night, so I think the entire city's just about shut down for maybe 2-3 inches worth of snow. But it is what it is. But anyhow, I'm sure all of you up north or in other countries that receive snow would laugh at that, but that is how things work down here. So anyway, let's start looking at this puzzle. It looks like a great looking puzzle, and as you can see, it is not your normal 9x9 Sudoku. It is 9x9, but what we have here is going to be chaos construction. Essentially, we have to build our own regions. So it is called Sack Lunch by James Sinclair, and we've done puzzles by James Sinclair before. They're always excellent. I expect this to be the same. So with that said, let's dive into these rules and see what we've got. So what do we have? So we've got divide the grid into 9 orthogonally connected 9-cell regions and place the digits 1 through 9 once in each row, column, and region. So every row and every column will have the digits 1 through 9 once each, but we have to work out, however it may be, where these regions are. And when we figure out where the regions are, then we must have the digits 1 through 9 once each in those regions. Then we've got the sum of the digits along an arrow is equal to the digit in the connected circle. We'll start there and we'll continue with the rest of the portions of the rules. So if you were to look at this circle here, these two cells will add up to whatever that value is. And we have arrows do not cross region borders, i.e. a circle and all cells on all connected arrows must be part of the same region. So if we were to look at this guy here, all of these portions of our arrow, the circle and the lines itself must be in the same region. So we'll be able to use that to start dividing out this puzzle. That is not all for these arrow rules, though. We also have a digit in a circle, including an arrow circle. So even the ones that don't have an arrow, all of these circles indicates the total number of cells in the same region that can be seen orthogonally, including itself. So we'll go back to this guy. Let's just say that this was 7, 8. That, let's say, is the grouping that this arrow region is in. This circle will be able to then, therefore, orthogonally be able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cells, and that is including itself. So therefore, the value that went into this thing would have to be a 6. So that's how that works. And of course, if you want more puzzles from James Sinclair, you can go to artisanalsudoku.com. Check him out. He does great work. So anyway, those are our rules. And again, we're going to have to divvy this thing up in some way that's going to work. So let's get started on that. Link, of course, will be in the description below. So now, where are we going to start is a good question. I think it's a good idea to start here because of what's going, the size, I should say, of these arrows. So we'll create a region. Purple works fine there. So how do we go about filling out this entire region? Or better way to put it is, can any of these other groupings of arrows be part of this region? Because if they cannot, we can say that they are in a different region, and therefore we can start to continue to break out this puzzle so that we can figure out what is what. Well, if we think about this guy, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells big. Therefore, we only have 4 more to go to be able to create a region that has 9 cells in it. Now, this is a 5-cell arrow, so all of these would have to be in the same region, so we can't add that here. So this guy has to be its own region. This guy here is also 5 cells, so it can't join the purple, and it also can't join the yellow because it would be 5 and 5 again, which would be 10. So this gets its own. I'm not huge on that color and how it looks on my screen, but on the other screen, it looks okay. So it should be fine visually for all y'all. What else can we say about this stuff? We're going to know that these 5-cell, it works for both these actually, these 5-cell regions, we have to attach them all together. So there's going to be some grouping of at least 2 other cells that we added onto these things. So really these things are 7-cell in some format. Now, thinking about that, this guy is a 4-cell. It cannot add to these other 2 because we just said these are technically 7-cell already, and we can't get this 4-cell to connect to this 5-cell without using multiple other regions. So this is its own region. Okay, now we have a little bit of a breakdown as to where our regions are and what they can do. Now, it probably, okay, I think this is going to help us a lot. Because we know these are arrows that are all in the same region, we know that these 3 digits must be different digits. So therefore, the bare minimum is going to be a 1, 2, 3, which is 6. We can type those in. I don't know that we had to type all those in, but we'll come back here in a second. Now, because we've blocked these areas off, this guy can only see so many. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 6 is all it can see orthogonally. It can't see any of these others because they are not orthogonal to it. So it must be 6, which we can put in because that's the bare minimum it can see, and it's, or the most it should see, can see, I should say, and the bare minimum the value of this can be. So therefore, this is a 1, 2, 3. We're going to have something similar here, I think, and it might actually be more restrained because we have this second little offshoot of an arrow. So we know the minimum here is 6. And, well, we can do a little something because this is blocked off here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is all we currently show. It has to at least get to 6, so it has to project upward at least. Now, was this one done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is. Okay. I think what I'll do is mark that with a border so that I know it is finished. And knowing that this is finished, we can actually say that both of these must be part of the yellow because we have to connect these together. And there's no other place that this can go to connect to anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 7 now, so we get 2 more that it can connect to. Oh, and it can't connect into here. So where does it go? It's going to have to go here. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have to add 2 and only 2 cells. So if we were to go up in here, we'd have to add all 3 of these, which we can't do, and we can't get out over here anywhere. So these 2 have to be yellow. And therefore, we are to our maximum limit of what the yellow one can be. And with that said, we can say what both of these are, because we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So this is 5. This one sees those 5 as well, plus another one. So this is 6. Now, if we know this is a 5, these have to be from 1, 4, and 2, 3. Therefore, these are 7, 8, and 9. Now, where is, okay, we know this is another new region. So let's look at that, because obviously this can't get up here. It'd be way too much, and these are both done. So this is some other region. And, okay, we can use that actually. because this is kind of cradled in this yellow region, the maximum it could ever see would be 1, 2, 3. Well, it has to at least be a 3 because it has an arrow on it that is 2 cells, so this is 3. If that is the case, these are not 3, 2, which means this is a 2, 3 pair. And we have to have this red continue up, and these must be a 1, 2 pair to equal 3, and the 1 can't go here. 2, 1. There we go. We've got some things starting here. The question is, where do we go from there? Can we do anything further with this guy? Because we had started looking at it, but I went off on a, not necessarily a tangent, but we definitely had other things going on that we could easily figure out there. Another thing is we have a 4 down here, just by Sudoku. Okay, so let's think about this guy a little bit. If it's a 6, this is a 1, 2, 3. This could not be a 2 or a 3, obviously. Let's put those in as options. So 1, 2, 3 equals 6. This couldn't be a 3 because it would have to, if this is a 3, this also has to be a 3 because we're saying this is a value of 6, so that can't be 3. So this is what we're looking at, and this would have to be a 4. Now, is there anything wrong with that? I don't think there is. So we might have, I was hoping we could rule something out here, but we might have gone down a little road that we can't quite finish. I'm just trying to think if there's any other thing here that we can, I mean, if this is the case, we're going to know this is 3, this is 2, this is 1, 3, 2, like that, which all seems to work. So I guess we'll come off of that for a second. Well, we know this has to be its own region, so we'll put green on it because it's fully separated from this. And I guess we can start looking at what these groupings are. Actually, let's sidetrack there for a second. This cannot join with blue. Because again, we have 5 cells. We know we have to at least continue with 2 more to get to 7. And if we were to add these 3, we'd be at 10, so that doesn't work. So this is its own region. Let's put it as red. And we have to have 4 more blues to be able to make this work. So these are all blue. And then we can put this digit in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It is just 5. Okay. Which we can put more digits in here now. So this has got to be good. Let me block this off first, though, just so we are reminded that we are done with that. Now, we know, again, just like this one, we have a 2, 3, and a 1, 4 grouping. We can't put a 1, 4 here, so this is 2, 3. Actually, there's a 2, 3 grouping here, so this just is 1. So let's put that in for now, and then we'll say this is the 1, 4 pair. Good. So we have a couple 2, 3s, which is nice. I don't know if I want to put 6, 7, 8, 9 in here yet, just because I don't want to clutter things too much. 7. Okay, so we have 7 on this. We still have 2 more to go here, but we don't know where they go. They could go pretty much anywhere. This 2, 3, 4, looking at this, well, I guess it could be a 1, 5. So the minimum, this is a 6. So let's think about that for a second, because it's blocked off by quite a bit from the blue region and the edge. So currently it can see 1, 2, 3, but it has to be able to get at least 3 more, so it has to get these 3. I don't know that we can do much more for that at the moment, but maybe now we can go back and look at this because we've created this region and we have some extra digits. So let's think about what we said here. In a 6, this would be a 1. Oh, it just doesn't work. 6 does not work if we look at this, because this would have to be a 1, 2, 3 grouping, and none of those digits can fit here. So this is not 6. Okay. Do we want to think about 7? These would have to be 1, 2, 4. Neither of these could be a 2, which would force this to be the 2. In fact, this would just be a 4 because of the 1 and the 2 looking at it. If that's a 4, this forces this to be a 3, and I think we're back at the same place we were with our 6, where this does appear to work. And I don't want to go too far into 8s and 9s because there's multiple ways to do those, so we could start really clouding all this up again. I was hoping we'd get rid of the 7 here, but I don't think we can do that. Yeah, it doesn't appear to. Okay, let's remove those again for the moment. And maybe think more about, because we said this was for 6. We have to add 1 more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 7. This has to be at least to there. And now we know this is 8 cells currently. Oh, this can never be 9, if we think about that, because it can only see a maximum of 8 cells. This one is always going to be hidden from it. Oh, we can use that same logic down here actually too, because this one can never see this, so it can't be 9. Doobie-doo. Oh, I actually just saw something else with this column. The only digits we have left are 2, 3, and 4. We have one of the 2s or 3s here. This one can't be another 2, 3, so the 2, 3 has to be up here, and therefore this has to be a 4. I don't think that does much for us, as I try not to sneeze, but it does give us a little bit, or it gives us something. Oh, it actually does help us, because this cannot be part of red, because we already have the 2 and the 3. So therefore this is its own region, because it can't join with this, it can't join with green, so it's going to have to be its own region, come out, and the second it comes out and touches this, it has to take over. Let's put this in as blue, and what more can we do now? Here, let's think. I was tempted to think about this column, but I don't think we have anything there, because we have 5, 7, 8, and 9. The only thing we can remove are the 5s from here, but it still leaves 2 options. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to have to look somewhere else, because I don't see... Oh, wait, actually, we can continue here. This red has to get out, so it has to at least do this. Therefore, okay, that's great. This is given now. Because this red had to get out and extend, this guy can no longer extend out here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. If that is 7, we know this is the 1, 2, 3, or sorry, 1, 2, 4. This has to be the 4. This has to be the 1. This has to be the 2, because of all of what we have looking at it. And this is 3, which means 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 2. That gives us a lot of information. We also get a 1 and a 4. Good. That worked out quite well. So, we're now do we move to? Again, I don't want to dump in a bunch of 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s and just clutter stuff up. So I'm going to hold on that for the moment. But I did just see something interesting on this column. Where does the 1 go? It can't go here. Get away. It can't go here because we already have a 1 in the green. It can't go in any of these because we already have a 1 in the purple, and it can't go here because we have a 1 in the red. So this is a 1. Again, doesn't do us a ton of good, but it gets us something. So that's positive. Can we think about what this circle can be? Because it already sees 1, 2, 3, 4 different digits. I was thinking about how it could, but it doesn't have to go any higher than 4 at least. Well, yes, it does. It has to at least go to 5. For 2 reasons, actually. One, because it has to find one of these 2 to connect into something else. And also, if this was a 4, this would have to be a 3, and it can't be. Actually, this can't be a 5 either, because this can't be a 4. So this has to at least be 6. And we can rule out the 9 in this one as well, because this red dot over here, or cell over here, is... Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. We could have this, and it would be able to see all 9 of them. Okay, so that is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to at least see this one, though, because it has to get up to 6. So we can extend that a little bit. Now, what more can we do? Do we need to get into what this can be? Because we have a bunch of digits all kind of pointing in this general direction. We know it has to at least be 5, because it has to have 2 different ways of making it. Can't be 6, so it's one of these. Let's think about what it can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it could technically... Well, I guess it actually can't get to 9. Because if we think about this is how it would have to do it. But if it cuts off this area, we have too many cells left here that can all join red. And we don't have enough cells where we could create a whole new region. So this guy in here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or less, depending on what red takes up, if it does. So we can rule that out, but again, it's not really very useful, but we can do that at least. So maybe that does at least reduce the options that we have here. So let's think about that. If this was to be a 5, it'd have to be, one of them would be a 1, 4 grouping. Oh, it can't be 5. Okay, because we can look here. If this was a 5, no, that's not right. I looked at it the wrong way. If this is a 5, we have to have a 1, 4 pair, so it would be a 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 2 would work. Okay, shoot. Thought I saw something there. I didn't. Now I must turn around. Okay. What else now can we look at? I don't know that we can say much about these just yet. Oh, wait, can this be part of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it did this, no, that would break it, because that would create 7 cells in this region. We can only take on 2 more. And no matter how we do that, we're always going to have 1 stranded down in here. So this is not red. It's not going to be green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, maybe it could... Maybe it could be green. 6, 7, 8, 9. These 3. could go with the red to create 9. And then these cells would have to be split between purple and red. Purple can only take on one. Oh, so that wouldn't work. Okay, so that's how that does not work. Because we'd have, if the green did this, we're forcing these to be red, and that finalizes red. We have so this is done, this is done, this is done. So the only two that can go into this, because we obviously can't put any more into the green, is purple and red. Well, purple needs only one more cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no matter where we put that cell in any of these, it can't put a cell here because we can't connect them diagonally. It will leave something stranded. So this doesn't actually work. So this is part of a different region. So we'll make it yellow. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is, we have to be able to get out, is what I'm trying to say here. And if this is part of that, these must also be. Okay, so what can this be? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 5. It can't be 5. So 6, can't be 7, 8, or 9 are all possible. I was going to say, do we want to think about those further, or do we need to go back here? Because we haven't thought about this in a while. But I guess it could still just be a 1, 5 to equal 6. Yeah, that could work. How about 7? Is 7 ever possible? It can't be 6, 1, it can't be 5, 2, and it can't be 4, 3. So this is not 7. What about 8? Maybe this was just sitting here the last few minutes. We just didn't go far enough after getting some of this information. If it's 8, no, it could be 7, 1 to make 8. And the 1 would be here. That actually is interesting because I think it means this is a 1, but let's finish the thought first. If it's an 8, it could be 7, 1. It cannot be 6, 2, or 5, 3. So yes, it would have to be 7, 1. And like we said with the 6, the only way to make it a 6 would be a 5, 1. So there's always a 1, and there's a 1 looking here. So this is 1. We'll just put this in then. So this has to either be 5 or 7. Okay. Again, so what did that do for us? I guess we can't rule any of this out from red or yellow at the moment. What about you? Again, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't be 6, so it's 7, 8, or 9. That's not great. Just scanning around again. Thinking about what needs to go in here, but I don't think we have enough digits looking at it to start pushing any specific values into these, unless we think, oh, let's think about 4s. What do we do with the 1? Let's go in that route for now. This column, where does the 4 go? Well, we know this can't be, this can't be, this can't be, this can't be. None of these can because we already have a 4. This is a 4. Can we continue that thought process? No. Well, I guess it means one of these is a 6. But I think that's as far as we can take this then. Yeah, it looks like... Is there anything further with ones? Because we have, or twos, or threes, or fours, because we have a lot of those. We know one of these is a 1. There has to be a 1 in this column, and this column. So let's think about where they can go. This, 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 and one of these two. No, it doesn't look like that gets us there. Oh well, let's look at 2s, 3s, and 4s real quick, see if there's anything there that makes any type of sense. Within that same vein. One of these is a 2, one of these is, and one of these is. Okay, I'm not quite seeing those, so probably not quite to the point where we can start doing this type of groupings, unless we have to look maybe in a row, and I'm currently looking at columns. Okay, so we need to switch gears maybe here. And think about how we need to proceed now. Now we can put some stuff in here, but we don't really have any reductions in any of these other ones. It would be nice if we could put a couple of extra digits somewhere in here, but I don't see how we're doing that at the moment. Well, let's think about the juxtaposition of these two now that I look back at it. I had this glancing thought here that I didn't go any further with. I didn't verbalize. This value cannot obviously be the same as this value, but they're going to see all of the same region within this column. Now this one has no other recourse, so what it means is this one has to be higher than this one, and it has to be able to see out in some way so that this doesn't break, which means this is part of yellow. This has to be higher than this, so it can't be 5, which means this can't be 9. And it actually has to just be 1 digit higher because these are all blocked off. So if this is 6, this is 7. If this is 8, this is 9. This can't be 8. Okay. Now, what does that tell us about this guy? It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And it has to at least be 2. That's not very helpful, is it? Okay. Again, doing a little cross-referencing. We've got some arrows we still have out here, so we've got to be able to figure out some of this stuff. Question is, what is it? And where is it? Let's think about rows and columns and what we know and don't know, maybe. Trying to think on the 5, where it could possibly go in some of these, but it's not coming up great. This is from 6, 8, and 9, and this is obviously not 6. So we know one of these two is a 6. What else do we... Oh, wait. This guy now. I didn't even... the second we got this as yellow, it affects this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all it sees. It has to at least see 6, and it must see 6. And so it has to see this, and this has to turn red. Therefore, this is 5. This is no longer 6, which means this is 6. This is 6. This has to be 7. Good. And this can't be 7 anymore. Good. This is getting close to being where we want it to be. Can this ever be 8? Let's look at what it can see now because of all this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It cannot be 8. Good. Because that's going to light this thing up. This has to be 5. We know this is the 1, 4 grouping now because obviously this one can't be. So this is 4 and 1. This has to be the 2, 3. We have a 2 here, so this is 3 and 2. That's now going to remove 2 and 3 from here. And 5, so this is actually just 4. Now if we know that's 4, we've got 1, 2. These both have to be yellow. And then the yellow must end. It cannot continue up any further. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the green can't go up there because it'll cut off the blue too much. So this blue must extend at least out to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is not 6 anymore, which means this is not 5 anymore. Is there anything else that was looking at this just Sudoku-wise we could have done? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's look at this 7 clue. It cannot be 6, 1, and it cannot be 4, 3, so it must be a 2, 5. We've got a 2 there. 5 and 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's one more digit seen between one of these two. We don't quite know which one it is. So we can't finalize either of these regions just yet. So what's next on the list? Oh, the 4 here. C's are 1 and 4. What are these two digits? We need 8 and 9. That's not giving us much, is it? What else is there? Because we did get quite a bit of information going across a lot of these now. Okay. Oh, let's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can only have one more of these being seen, but because we don't quite know what the values are, we can't necessarily do that. So let's try to figure out what these values can be. 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is not 6. This could be anything, and this could be anything. Shoot, I thought that might be useful. Doesn't necessarily appear to be so. What else can we look at? Let's go back to, because we now have more 1s, 2s, and 3s, we might be able to kind of figure out where digits go, and that will reduce where they can connect into other regions that already have 1s. So that's that, and that. So there has to be a 1 in this column. It's the only one that's left over, so we're going to be able to find it. It goes right here. Good. What about 2s? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 1, 2 left. It must go here. What about 3s? 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 of them. So there are multiples. Oh, we can look at this column. Where does the 3 go? It can't go in any of these because of all this down here. So it goes up here. We get a doot there. Let's go back into this column now. None of these can be 3s, so this is. Now we have a 3 yellow, so this can't be yellow. It must be blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not 7 anymore. Okay, so we're starting to weed this stuff down a little bit. Let's finish these if we can. Yes, we can. This is a 3. I think that was all of them. It is. That 3 can't be green. It can't be yellow. It can't be purple. It must be red. Is that it for red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. This is going to be yellow and finish the yellow, I believe. And we could have also, the second we knew this was not yellow, we knew we had to have one more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Okay, so let's mark these off because it's been a while since we've had the ability to do so. Red is done. Good. All right, so what are these two digits? They're 8s and 9s. It's the only thing left over. The red needs a 4 in it, so it has to go here. And then it needs 7s, 8s, and 9s. This can't be 7, so this is 7. Therefore, this is not 7. We almost have this sorted now, but not quite yet. I think we needed one more blue right, but it seems like any of these could be. So let's go back to looking at Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's a 4 in here somewhere. I believe it's this one. Good. That was the last 4. How about these 5s now? This is 5. One of these 2 is a 5, and one of these 2 is a 5. Oh, but we can look in green. Where does the 5 go now? Can't go in any of those. It must go here. That still didn't finish, because we still have an X-wing left on those 5s, but we should probably, yeah, 6s now. Where does 6 go in blue? It has to go here. These have to be from 7, 8s, and 9s. This is 7, 8, or 9, but it's not 7, so therefore this is 7 in the row. These are not 7s. It's not 7, thank you. That's giving this digit, which is 7. This is either 8 or 9. That's great, because we have an 8-9 pair that forces this to be 7, this to be 8, this to be 9. These are not... Okay, let's just do this. And we can do more with our regions, I should say, because of this here. But I'm going to follow this path for a moment just to not miss the obviousness. That's 8, that's 9, that's 9, that's 8, that's 8, that's 9, and 8. These are not 8s. 7s and 9s, don't look into this yet, so we might be to the point now we got to look back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This cannot be blue. The question is, can we remove any other digits? I don't think we can. What is this digit, though? This is a 6. All right, let's just do more basic Sudoku, and then we'll see what the leftover digits are, and then we'll attribute them to what they can be attributed to. What are these two? 7 and 9. So we do get a 7-9 pair here. What does this make this? I think this is going to be 5 and 6. It is. Okay. What about you two? These are 8s and 9s as well. We're going to have a ton of 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s, it looks like. These two have to be from 5, 6, and 8. This can't be 5. Let's just do this last one here, and then we'll go back and process. This has to be from either 5 or 6. Okay. Now, what does that tell us? It means that this, well, it means this isn't purple, but it could still be green or this red. We know this is not blue. One of these two is, obviously, and we can't go any further down, so this one is always green. So put that in. Let's think about some of this other stuff. We've got 5, 6, and 7. This cannot be a purple. And it can't be from this red. Can it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It cannot be. So it must be green. So therefore, well, I don't know if we can put that one in there yet. Let's just continue on this train of thought and see if we can get this figured out. This cannot be purple, we said. We still have some wiggle room in some of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's what we need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we see all of these. So this can't be green. This can't be green. If this can't be green, it can't be the last. Can it be the last purple? It can't be red, and it can't be green. So it has to be purple. That's what it is. Now, if that's purple, this can't be purple because we already have the 8 and the 9. This is green. Okay, now I think this purple's done, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. Let's cordon all this off. And we should be getting close to finishing this. It's been taking a little while, but this one has required a bit of thought in how to create all this. So them's the breaks, as they say sometimes. So this has to be green. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Greens are done. So let's cordon that off. Now we know that this is all of green, so this is not a 5. We need to put this into red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are red, and this is blue. Let's cordon off blue to finish that. And now that we know how everything is sorted out, we can finalize our values. This has to be 9 and 7, 9 and 7, which forces 6, 8, 9, 8, 6, 7, 5, 6, and 5. And there we go. Whew, we got that one. You saw the puzzle solution is correct. It did take 48 minutes, but the chaos construction ones, I think, always do take a little bit longer for me to do, just because we have to really go through and figure out the regions. But that was a beautiful puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. All the logic worked quite well, but you did have to really go back and forth and determine what these circles could be and how they interact with other regions to get it to work. But anyway, great puzzle. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, join, donate, whatever you would like to do to help this channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.